My name is Bruce Paxton. I'm with the Freshwater Research Centre. I'm working at the moment for the Endangered Wildlife Trust as a consultant to their project to rehabilitate the Bido River, the fish species, indigenous fish species there. So the Olifants enduring rivers in the Western Cape are better known for speedboating on the Clan William Dam or for river rafting on the Doring River. Very few people know that the rivers themselves support a very unique set of indigenous species. There are 10 indigenous fish species that occur here, and 8 of them are entirely endemic to the rivers themselves, which means they occur in these rivers and nowhere else in the world. That makes the Olifants Doring River not only important from at a provincial level, but also at a national level in terms of their importance for aquatic biodiversity. All of these fish are endangered, either vulnerable, endangered or critically endangered, and that was as a result of a decision by anglers in the 1940s to introduce bass and bluegill sunfish. Both these species come from North America, and they were introduced, as I said, by anglers specifically for recreational angling. The local species weren't deemed as good a sport fish as they are now, but now it's almost too late because the bass and bluegill have virtually driven a lot of these species to extinction, with last remaining populations now occurring only in the uppermost reaches of the tributaries, above natural or artificial barriers where the bass and bluegill haven't yet invaded. So where we're sitting now is above one of those barriers on the Bido River, which is a tributary of the Doring River in the Western Cape. So essentially, of a 33 kilometre long river, only 900 metres is left where the indigenous fish are actually able to survive and reproduce. This is a story that's repeated throughout the Western Cape, in the Bido River system, in the Berg, in the Goerits. I started working on the rivers in 2000, and at that stage we knew very little about their status. Most of the mainstem parts of the river hadn't been sampled, and when we came out here we found a pretty desperate situation where most of our catch was in fact bluegill and bass, and most of the large populations of yellowfish, sandfish and sawfin had disappeared. The situation 10 years later is not looking much better, and this particular project is meant to, in a very small way, contribute towards reclaiming some of the habitat for these species.